Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And now, after finishing the discovery of electrons and discovery of protons, we are starting with a new topic, that is discovery of neutrons and constitution of atomic nucleus. So now in early days, people only knew that there are electrons and protons present in an atom. They were not aware that atom also consists of a neutron. So since they only knew these two elements, that is protons and electron, they named proton and electron as subatomic particles. Now, in an attempt to suggest the constituents of an atom, William Prout proposed a theory, which means that William Prout proposed a theory in which he tried to tell us in what amount are electron and proton present in an atom. So now according to this theory, since oxygen has atomic mass 16, so was what William Prout told us that since oxygen has atomic mass 16, so it will contain 16 protons and 16 extra nuclear electrons. Now, what is the meaning of this 16 extra nuclear electrons? Which means that there are 16 electrons which are not present in the nucleus but they are out of the nucleus. So, he said that there are 16 protons which are present inside the nucleus and 16 electrons which are out of the nucleus. Similarly, he said that helium has atomic mass 4. So helium will contain 4 protons and 4 electrons which are outside the nucleus. But after observations, it was observed that helium contained only 2 electrons, which is nothing but the half number of electrons proposed by William Prout. And similarly, helium, oxygen and almost all atoms of the elements contain half number of electrons as predicted by Prout's theory. Here also if you see that there are only 8 electrons in an oxygen atom. So hence Prout's theory was proved to be wrong. Now William Prout came up with another theory, which is nothing but the Prout electron theory. Sorry, proton electron theory. So in which he said that apart from extra nuclear electrons, there are some electrons which are also present in the nucleus. Means he said that there are electrons which are present outside the nucleus as well as there are some electrons which are present inside the nucleus as well. This was proved by wrong. This was proved wrong by Fermi. How? Fermi said that the size of an atom of an electron is too large to be accommodated in a small space of nucleus. And as we all know that the size of a nucleus is 10 raised to minus 15 meter and electrons cannot accommodate in such a small space. Hence, this theory was again proved wrong. So as to overcome the failure of this proton-electron theory, Rutherford in 1920 proposed the existence of a neutral particle made from close combination of proton and electron. What they tell us that there is a neutral particle which is present in an atom, and that neutral particle is a close combination of proton and electron, which means that it is not either positively charged, not either it is negatively charged, but it is in a in-between state of proton and electron. He named this neutral particle as neutron. So Rutherford was the one who named the neutral particle as neutron. He said that neutron has no charge and has almost equal to the and has almost mass equal to the mass of proton, which means that he said that neutral is neutral in charge, it does not have positive charge nor it has negatively charged, and its mass is also equals to the mass of the proton. It's not exactly equal, but the mass of proton and neutron are almost equal. Okay, so although it satisfied all the characteristics of an atomic nucleus, but its existence was not proved, which means that although Rutherford said that there is a neutral particle which is present in an atom, so it also satisfied its conditions, but he was not able to actually prove its existence, that yes, there is a particle which is present. He only said that we assume it to be present, but it was not proved by Rutherford that it is actually present, that its existence is there. He only assumed that there is a neutral particle as neutron, but it was not able to prove it that yes, there is a neutral particle which is known as neutron. So then Lord Chadwick in 1932 first proved its existence of neutron. He proved to the world that yes, there is a particle named as a neutron in an atom. Rutherford only assumed that there is a neutron, but Lord Chadwick proved that there is a neutron. Okay. What he did is that he bombarded lighter elements like boron and beryllium by alpha particles, and as a result, highly penetrating neutral radiations were emitted. I will explain these 2 points to you now. Consider these two equations. In this equation, this B is nothing but your boron and this He is nothing but your helium. Okay. So this helium is known as a alpha particle. Okay. This helium is nothing but your alpha particle. So since what is this 5? 5 is nothing but the atomic number of boron. And what is atomic number? Atomic number is nothing but the number of protons. So can I say that there are 5 protons in boron? Since its atomic number is 5, so the number of protons in boron are 5. And this 11 is nothing but the atomic mass number of boron. And if you want to find out the number of neutrons, so what you have to do is you subtract 5 from 11. So 11 minus 5 is going to give you 6. So now we have cleared that there are 5 protons in boron and 6 neutrons in boron. Okay. Similarly, here there are 2 protons in helium and 4 minus 2, which is nothing but 2 neutrons in helium. Now what happens during this bombardment is that these 2 protons of helium and 5 protons of boron, they get added up in the nucleus. As protons are present in the nucleus, these 5 and 2 will get added up in the nucleus, and as we all know that 5 plus 2 is nothing but 7. So now we want to find out an element which has the atomic number 7, because we have 7 protons now. So 7 protons means what? Atomic number is 7. And whose atomic number is 7? Nitrogen has atomic number 7. So now we have nitrogen whose atomic number is 7 and whose atomic mass number is 14. But if you add these mass numbers, that is 11 plus 14 will give you 15, but here we are having only 14. So there is a difference of 1 unit. So that 1 is nothing but your neutron. This neutron is emitted during this reaction. See, 5 plus 2 is giving you 7. Yes, it is properly balanced. But 11 plus 4 is 15, and here you are getting only 14. So 14 plus 1, that is 1 atomic mass unit is of the neutron. Now if you don't know what is atomic mass unit, I have already made a video on that. You can find the link in the description box. So in this process, a neutron is emitted. Okay. Similarly, here beryllium has 4 protons and 5 neutrons, and helium again has 2 protons and 2 neutrons. So this 4 plus 2 will give you 6, and whose atomic number is 6? Carbon has an atomic number 6, and as we all know that the atomic mass of carbon is nothing but 12. So here the 9 plus 4 is 13, and here we have only 12. So 1 neutron is emitted during this reaction, and these radiative emissions are used in bombs. Now he said that this one particle which is emitted is the neutron is neutral in nature. It does not carry any charge, and he also said that its mass is almost equal to the mass of proton, as it is a close combination of proton and electron. That is, it is not either positively charged nor it is negatively charged, but it is in between state. So now after we know that there are electrons, protons and neutrons present in an atom, so there are 3 subatomic particles. So immediately in 1932, Heisenberg put forth the proton-neutron hypothesis. Now, what is this proton-neutron hypothesis? He said that an element is to be represented in this style. Now, what is this X, A, and Z? We have seen it earlier also. This X is nothing but the name of the element. Suppose you have chlorine, so you will write Cl. Suppose if you have hydrogen, so instead of X you will write H. Suppose you have carbon, then instead of X you will write C. And this Z is nothing but the atomic number of element. What is the atomic number of an element? Atomic number is nothing but number of electrons or number of protons. You can take either one, because in an atom the number of electrons and number of protons are same. And this A is nothing but the atomic mass number of an element. And what is atomic mass number of an element? That is nothing but the number of protons plus number of neutrons. We are not considering electron while calculating the mass of the atom. Why? Because the mass of an electron is very less as compared to the protons and neutrons, and thus it is neglected. Now suppose I do A minus Z. So what is A is nothing but number of protons plus number of neutrons minus Z. What is Z? Z is nothing but number of protons. So here number of protons will get cancelled away with number of protons, and what I am left with number of neutrons. So can I say that if you subtract Z from A, you are going to get number of protons. So this is what I was doing over here, that I was subtracting 5 from 11, and thus I was getting 6 as the neutrons. Okay. Now moving ahead, we will understand one example. Let's consider this example of an oxygen. So what is this 8? 8 is nothing but the atomic number of oxygen. So can I say that there are 8 electrons present in an oxygen and there are 8 protons present in an oxygen? Okay. And now what is 16? 16 is nothing but the atomic mass of oxygen. So what is the atomic mass of oxygen? 16. Now if you want to find out number of neutrons, so finding out number of electrons, what you have to do? You have to do A minus Z. So 16 minus 8 is nothing but going to give you 8. So there are 8 neutrons in an oxygen. There are 8 neutrons in an oxygen, 8 electrons and 8 protons. So guys, this was all about your discovery of neutrons and your subatomic particles. If you have liked this video, then please do subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to like this video. Do comment your doubts in the comment box. And guys, thanks for watching this video.